Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Digital Teaching and Learning YouTube channel. This week, we are looking at accessibility with Adobe and making PDFs accessible with Adobe Acrobat OCR tool. So this whole month, we've been looking at digital access and how we can make our Big Six tools make our content more accessible to our students who may have struggles accessing it in a normal way. So we want to make sure that everyone has access, not just a select few. So one way we can do that is with Adobe Acrobat, which everyone in our district has with our state Adobe license. So let's get started. One reason why this is so important is because we have new ADA requirements from the Federal Justice Department. So if you go to our website, digitallearning.jordandistrict.org, we have a whole post on how your schools and classrooms can be more ADA compliant. So go to digitallearning.jordandistrict.org, scroll down a couple of options, and you can see the ADA compliance deadline. On here, you can see the GIF behind me. It scrolls through. We have a PDF that walks you through how to do it. We also have a presentation that has a ton of resources to help you become more ADA compliant. And we'll go over that in just a second. One of the most important things to keep in mind when you're making your classroom content more accessible is the acronym POUR. So you want to make sure it's perceivable, that it's operable, that it's understandable, and that it's robust. So how we can go about making our content accessible, remember the acronym POUR. As you're working on digital materials for your class, make sure that you prioritize accessibility. So remembering to put in alt text on images, making sure PDFs are readable by screen readers, and just double check everything for accessibility before you upload. And then making sure that the content is up to date. So if you have something that's old or outdated, that you delete it so that everything is current. Probably the biggest thing that teachers have to get used to is adding alt text or alt tags on images. So instead of just having the file name screenshot 1,567, you have a brief description of what the image is so that screen readers can tell people what the image is referring to. So if it's a person's face, put their name in the alt tag. If it's a button or some sort of like teachable image graphic, make sure you put the details in the alt text. When it comes to documents that you want students to access, these are some things to keep in mind when formatting documents. So you want to avoid scans because it just scans it as an image, it doesn't scan it as a document. But if you do use scans from a textbook or from other resources, you can make it more screen friendly. And that is our tech tip for today. So in the next couple of videos, I'm going to walk you through how to do that using Adobe Acrobat. Hello, everyone. I am going to show you how you can make scanned images and scanned PDFs more screen reader friendly and more accessible using Adobe Acrobat. So we're in Adobe and we're going to come over here to create. We're going to create a PDF. We're going to select a file. I am going to select a screenshot. Okay, so I open this screenshot. It has instructions for my students. So I'm going to click create. Okay, and before I do anything else, I'm going to save this file. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. I'm going to save it as troubleshoot instructions. Okay, so I saved the file. And because it's a screenshot, it's just an image. So when I highlight it in the Adobe Acrobat, it doesn't recognize any words. It's just one blank image to it. Okay, and so when you test a screen reader, up here, it will tell us that this page only contains an image. So it will help us make it more accessible to run text recognition on it. So we'll say yes, and it's going to recognize the text in the image.
General troubleshooting if you're experiencing issues.
And you'll hear the screen reader read the image, the text that the image recognized. Okay, there's a couple of other options that you can do. So you can do the scan and OCR tool. You can recognize text in this file, in multiple files. So you can do a whole bunch of assignments, PDFs all at once. You can also come down to View More under All Tools and hit this button, Prepare for Accessibility, and automatically tag the PDF. So if you do this, you're going to enable it, and it's going to tag our image so that screen readers will recognize what the title of the page is, what paragraphs are available, and if you save this, then when you upload it to Canvas or to your school website, it will be more accessible for all of your students, not just some of them. So, as you can see, by spending just a couple minutes in Adobe Acrobat, you can easily make your PDFs and scanned documents more user-friendly for all your students, and you'll be ADA compliant as well. So try it out and continue making your content and classroom more accessible for all your students.